So this is my review of the As You Like It play, and my honest review is that it was a difficult play for me to watch and fully understand because there was many characters throughout this play that started switching within each other. For example, when the characters were in the woods or the trees, they started like changing their identities, and I'm a very visual learner, so I believe that this play would have been easier to understand if it was actually acted out and not on one screen with many characters talking at once, and they all had their little squares that they were talking in, and it honestly looked like a Zoom session of a play. So I think this play was improvised very well during these times, but I think it was a very difficult play to understand fully. And I thought they did do a good job of acting, and I thought that the characters were very passionate during this play. So good job on that part. And so, like, what was the play about? Well, Sir Roland de Beauce, he had passed away, and he left an inheritance, and Oliver got all of the inheritance, but his father made it clear that he was to share with his brothers and sisters. Well, he was being very stingy with that, and he didn't want to share. So Orlando had a wrestling match with Charles, and Oliver finds out. So Oliver told Charles that he wanted him to kill him. And after the match, all Orlando found out, and Orlando ended up upsetting Charles, who is this all-star wrestler. And at the match, the Duke brought his daughter there, Rosalind, and Cecilia. So after the wrestling match, Rosalind went over and approached Orlando, and they hit it off, and Orlando and Rosalind had this such of a deep connection that the Duke got upset, and he said that his daughter betrayed him, so she wasn't part of their group anymore. So Rosalind went to the trees and the woods, and after Orlando found out about his brother wanting to kill him, he also went to the woods, and he started putting like love signs in the woods. So Cecilia and Rosalind had changed their identity at this time. And in the woods, Rosalind started finding these love notes, and she approached Orlando in the woods, but as a male at this time because her identity changed as a male. And then there was Phoebe, and there was so many characters in this scene, and they started like falling in love with each other. And then actually Oliver came to the woods, and then him and Cecilia had loved each other, and Rosalind and Orlando loved each other. So it was a love story, but this just kind of like what it meant to me was that something as silly as like an inheritance can cause so many problems in your life, and like money can cause such a divide in your family, where like that's not the meaning in life. I don't think it is, and I think it just goes to show that there's no amount of money in this world that can make you happy. So as you can see here, Oliver's set in his ways, and he's trying to be selfish during these times and not sharing with his brothers and sisters, even though that was his father's wish. And I don't believe Oliver is truly happy just because he's keeping on to all this money, because through this, his family doesn't love him anymore. And I believe the real meaning in life is be thankful for what you have. So that's my review as You Like It.